That doesn't sound like good content either. I'm not on board with that either.
No, I mean, that's where the story ends. All I'm saying. Pizza Hut.
Because it all came out.
Bowel movement.
If you want tummy problems, eat Pizza Hut. If you want good quality pizza, eat DiGiorno.
Yeah, I mean, if you hate yourself and don't care if it's all coming out 30 minutes later, go for Pizza Hut.
Oh my god,
Well,
that was pretty good.
It came back. It came up strong. Also, I need a solid answer on what needs an intro on this show. Because every time I do an intro, it doesn't matter how grand, it doesn't matter how small,
Okay.
Mike's like, we can't do an intro on this show. You need to stop addressing people. We don't need these hard segues from segment to segment because the people are smart enough to understand it. And as soon as I put an intro on my shit, Mike's like, this is Logan. Do you guys know what Logan sounds like?
Okay, so first off, that was an A+ quality joke that I did on you last week. When you opened up your mid-roll by saying, like, Mike says I don't need an introduction, I was like, oh, motherfucker, I'm going in. No.
Amazing.
For the 1,000th time, I didn't say don't introduce. I said we don't have to hard stop and act like we're starting the podcast over every single time.
That's it's not starting
No.
the podcast over
So
again.
like we got in this habit of like we'd be in the back half of the show, we would have already done one game, and then it'd be like, all right, cool, let's do the next thing, and someone would stop and go, hello, welcome to the new game. And it's like, we don't need to just say
Almost
something
like an
and then
introduction.
say we're gonna play this thing. Like, you don't have to halt everything. Just be like,
guys, I think I know
hey,
who the
let's
execs
go.
are. I
Like,
think I
it's
know
not-
who the exec is at this point. Is it Mike? Can we cast him off the
problem
island?
is-
Like, can we vote and cast him off the island?
The problem
All
with
I'm
last
saying
week, Caleb
is-
brings this thing up, and Mike's like, God, Caleb, we don't need an introduction to this. And 2 minutes later, he's like, I have no idea what we're talking about. That's
is
why
not-
we do the intro.
that is not what happened. What happened was Caleb
It is
said,
exactly
all right,
100% what happened. Caleb
No.
goes, I'm talking about this. And Mike's going,
No. Caleb comes up and says, all right, guys, so Taco Bell. And we're like, great. Yeah, Taco Bell. And then he's
Yeah, I
like,
love it.
so I read
Gotta
this thing
have
about
it.
Pepsi.
Gimme.
And we're like, no, you just said that this was about Taco Bell. What do you mean it's about
That's because you
Pepsi?
didn't let him intro the thing. He was flustered. Caleb's brain didn't know how to respond. It's like, oh, boom, boom. Proper noun. This is what this segment's about. Boom, boom, hey, Pepsi, Taco Bell, pow, pow. He didn't know where to start.
The introduction.
He started in the middle because we had no
The
intro.
introduction was, so guys, I read this thing about Taco Bell. That's all you need. That's it.
That's all you need.
If
And then
the
you bitch about
segment,
Caleb for it.
but the problem is that the segment wasn't about
Alright.
Taco Bell. 3 seconds later, he's like, no, I know I introduced
It's
the segment as
Caleb.
being
We
about
knew he
Taco
would get
Bell,
there.
but actually the segment's about Pepsi. And we're like, okay,
That's-
sure. And then
When
he's like, but
Caleb
actually
said
the
he
segment's
doesn't
about
like
Taco
Taco
Bell.
The interstitial. I did the
Did
same
anybody in
exact
the
thing
fucking
with
world, did anyone in the world expect Caleb to talk about Taco Bell when he introduces a topic? Hey guys, I want to talk about Taco Bell.
Yes!
Nobody expects that. You're an idiot, Mike.
What good is an introduction if you're not even going to fucking follow your own goddamn introduction?
Because you didn't
I did, though.
an introduction.
Jesus
I was
Christ.
giving the context.
Your definition of an introduction is like...
Listen, I never said no introductions. I said stop.
Absolutely did.
I said stop dead halting the fucking podcast mid-sentence.
That's an introduction.
No, it's not. You're missing.
It is. What you're talking about is a seamless segue, which introduces nothing.
You can
That's the
introduce the
problem.
show after making a segue without stopping and acting like it's a new fucking recording. Like, listen, at
I disagree.
the top of the show, we say, "Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Hardly Serious,
Mom,
episode
Dad,
number
stop
13."
fighting.
Right?
Please.
We don't then need
Please.
to every 5 minutes say, "Hey, by the way, you guys are still listening to Hardly Serious."
Mike, we've been recording the podcast for the last 15 minutes. Mike, why do you address the audience, Mike? You halted the whole flow of
This
the
looks very
podcast,
funny on
Mike.
Damn. This Jacob is very impressive.
God damn.
I think Logan turned into a fish.
I just don't get it.
Wow.
Play back the audio.
It's not-
It was like,
It's not that hard. Just work on your goddamn segues, and the whole thing would go away. It'd be fine.
Dude,
Listen, I even told you. You can even just say, "Hey, segways are cool. Let's play headlines." Done. Introduce.
That's what I did
That's
last
it.
week. Episode 11. I kept going smooth segue.
Yeah, that was great. I was so impressed. I clapped for you. I cheered you on. I was like,
just talking at
I was
5
like,
words
hell
per
yeah,
minute.
Logan fucking killing it with the smooth segue. That's good
Absolutely
shit.
not.
Go back, listen to the
I thought it
episode.
was
It's
a
there.
joke.
It's
we
there.
have audio recording of Mike being wrong now because Mike is like, Logan, you're speaking so slow. Like, what the fuck is this? That is bullshit if I've ever smelt it.
Oh my god. You guys
And we know
are
who dealt it, Mike.
fucking dumb. That's all there is to it.
Well, you're just
we're the dumb
wrong.
ones.
I'd rather be
We're just
dumb
following
than wrong.
instructions, and Mike's like, "Who gave you those instructions?" And we go, "You did, Mike." And you're like, "No, that's stupid."
Nope.
That's all this
No,
podcast
who would
is.
let
Mike-
you name a file like that?
Nope.
Yeah, fuck.
Not
You better
true.
hide the files in that Dropbox because I'm gonna fucking find them.
You don't have to go to the Dropbox. It's in the public episode. That's all it takes. Go listen to the real episode.
You fucking would have cut it out. Or Caleb, you fucking hired Caleb to do it.
I didn't do
Gene,
it.
it's like, hey Gene, I need plausible deniability on this. Can you fucking cut that out? Where I was like,
Jesus
hey
Christ.
guys, Logan sucks. I mean, you can say Logan sucks. I mean, we all know you could keep that part in, but for some reason you took that out.
Did I?
Just like you took out every time you said, Jake, that's the best idea I've ever heard. You've said that at least like 50, 75 times.
I don't remember.
on this
I
show,
don't remember
at least.
that.
Well, yeah, I
And
mean,
the audience
I
hasn't heard
did.
it even once.
I did. I
do
just
not
felt like
remember
it got
that.
repetitive after the first like 13 times is all, you know?
It's not repetitive if it's still the best idea.
Questionable.
It's like, man, this light
Amazing.
keeps rising. How repetitive.
It's like the guy who broke his own pole vaulting record by like 1 inch when he could have broken it by like a foot because he got money every time he broke it, not by how much he broke it
How
by.
many bro? Yeah,
Hey,
that's amazing.
Dude, that dude's smart as fuck. I would do the same
Right?
thing.
No kidding.
I don't know.
If you still got the extra gas in the tank,
Do you
I
think
appreciate-
Usain Bolt did that?
No.
I don't think so.
I
You
think
think he had to push
pushed
himself every year?
I'm
Yeah.
not sure Usain
Here's-
Bolt had the same kind of incentives.
Here's my
True.
logic.
That's very true.
I respect records when they are broken by wide margins. I think the person who did the pole vaulting should have gone up to the committee and been like, "Look, I can break this record by 1.5 feet or whatever it was. Can I just do that once, break the record by like 1,000,000, and then you just give me this money that I would have made by breaking it 15 times?" 'Cause I could
Right.
do that. Like, the thing about pole vaulting, I think, is you set
oh yeah,
how
Logan,
high the bar goes.
classes on pole vaulting.
Yeah.
It's all about pole
Tell me.
vaulting.
Well, here's
How's
I'm not
pole vaulting
teaching
work?
about pole vaulting. I'm illustrating the difference between pole vaulting and running. Because running, you just run, and then whatever time you
Wait,
get,
what?
that's what you get.
Those things are both. They're very different. What? There's a lot of
That's what I'm
differences
saying.
between.
That's what he's saying.
brought
They're
up-
different.
you
That's how he
brought up-
introduced it, Mike. Well, let's have an introduction about pole vaulting.
I brought up pole vaulting.
Like, I feel like this is a setup. I feel like this is a setup.
Shit! God damn, Mike's like, where did running come into this?
I'm just saying. Look, you can be like, look, here's the differences between McDonald's and Burger King. All right, two very similar things.
Then you brought
Running
up Ruth's
and pole
Chris, and I'm
vaulting?
like, oh, Ruth's Chris, blah blah blah, and you're like, what? Who
Oh,
brought
I
up
love
Ruth's
Ruth's Chris.
Logan introduced it as here's the difference between pole vaulting and running, and Mike is like, differences?
They're not
too
similar.
different."
Those are
They
two
brought
very
up
different.
running after you brought up pole vaulting. They started it. I'm continuing the trend.
Whoa! Do not blame. Do not throw bringing up pole vaulting on me. That was all you. You said
I
pole
said,
vaulting.
Jake, you brought up pole vaulting. Then Day over there brought up running. How am I the idiot for making the comparison? How am I the idiot?
It's good to know we have
Damn,
proof
it's like
of
a
Mike being
Tony
wrong.
Land. It's Porky
You know
Pig
what?
and a
The
bunch
listeners
of
are
my
finally
dogs.
getting a little
I'm Mike
experience.
Kenway.
All right, look. So
Listeners are
explain
finally
to
getting
us the
experience
very
what we deal with.
complex and hard to notice differences between running and pole vaulting. Give them to us. Play
So,
it down. I'm here for you, baby boy.
running.
Let's go.
Right? Running, you gotta hit the mark. You've gotta
Okay.
run 10.01 seconds. You can't really control 10.01, 10.02, 9.99. They're all very similar.
Sure.
Right? You with me
Okay.
so far?
Yeah.
Pole vaulting,
Sure.
you set how high you go.
Yeah,
Right,
by
so if
going
you
over
set
the
the
You
bar.
set the bar at 10.00 meters.
Yes.
Or whatever it is. Then you can set the bar at 10.01 meters. Or whatever the next increment up is. Then you can set it at 10.02. That's how in pole vaulting you can break the record by these small increments.
Sure.
You feel
Okay.
me?
Cool.
That's the point I'm making.
So you have to be
brought
pretty
up-
consistent then.
Right.
Not
so,
really,
for
'cause
example,
you could jump 15 meters, but if the bar's set at 10.01 meters, your jump is 10.01 meters.
Right.
that's correct.
And
As
then,
opposed-
so now,
Yeah, but now I'm
You
saying
can
you have to
clear
do.
you can clear the bar by 15 feet, but it still says
Yeah,
that you
but
went
what
10
I'm
feet.
saying, what I'm saying though, is if you're going in those small incremental changes, it's like 10.1 meters to 10.2 meters. I feel like that's so small that like you're gonna have to do like 10 pole vaults. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like
that's
if you
the
can
point.
jump like
have,
10.
Caleb,
That's
Caleb,
the
the point
point.
is you don't have to go up by those small increments. This guy chose to do it because if he goes up by a tiny
Oh,
increment,
gotcha.
he still gets the same amount of money as if he went up
Right.
like huge amounts.
So wait, do they mark it where your highest point is then?
No, they
No,
mark it by the
they-
bar. It's
they
the
mark it
bar.
where the
Whatever the
bar
bar
is.
is set
Stupid.
to,
Logan
that's what the record is.
Literally just explained that. He
That's so
just opened his
stupid.
mouth and said those words to you.
Is my
Are we in crazy land? Caleb, are you living on Earth?
Am I doing a podcast right now with my 3 imaginary friends in my head? You bring up running. I'm the idiot for bringing up running. I explained pole vaulting perfectly for 2 minutes. And Caleb's like, wait, hold on. Is it like this other thing that is completely contrary to what you just said? Like,
So-
holy fucking shit.
All right, so
Go back to watching football. Y'all enjoy doing the podcast.
so Logan Hornstein, pole vaulting expert, MD,
Pole vault.
Yeah.
is pole vaulting this fundamentally
educate
the
me.
same as the high jump, but now you have a pole. Are there any other differences?
Yeah, what's the difference?
The
Yes.
scoring mechanism is the exact same. One
Okay,
different-
so
I-
it goes up incrementally.
well,
That's-
you
that's
set
correct.
how high up it
You
goes.
set the bar incrementally.
You can set the bar
Here's-
2 feet.
here's what I
Even
wanna
if you
know.
jump 10 feet, you have jumped 2 feet.
Here's what I want to know.
That's what the record
Correct.
shows.
So
is
in
2
high
feet.
jump,
Correct.
right, they like sprint and then they jump and like twist themselves like a pretzel to get over the top, right? 'Cause
Correct.
It's like
You're talking about the Fosbury
Fizz-
flop.
exactly. Physically, that makes the most sense, right?
that-
You
is
just
that
have to
the real name for
You
it?
have to clear
That's
it.
what it's called.
Yeah, can't wait for Caleb to say that in
Now,
5
is
minutes, being
that-
like, no, Logan never said that.
So is that the method by which you must, or if
Yes.
somebody showed up and they
No,
were
no.
like, "Yo, I have a 96-inch vertical. I can just hop the thing and land on my own 2
He's got
feet."
hops.
Would that
Well,
be
Caleb,
It
illegal?
has hops. You're saying
is
it has
legal.
hops.
He would have hops.
It's
That's
legal.
hops. Detective Pikachu.
Has hops. Doesn't wear clothes. Wears some clothes.
Some clothes. Has a job.
I'm fast.
He's a detective.
Got hops.
Has a job.
But Mike, here's the thing. The reason they do that weird contort flop thing is it's all about where your center of gravity is.
Right.
And doing that weird flop puts your center of gravity as high as possible for the greatest amount of time.
Right. Well, also, I mean,
If
it
you were
seems
good
like
enough-
physically, like that's getting like the least amount of your body over the bar. At
Correct.
one
Yeah. That's
point,
what you
right?
want.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
the entire
Yeah.
reason
So
they do it.
if
Right.
you were awesome,
Before they
if
had
you could-
mats, which would cushion your fall, they had to land on their 2 feet. Otherwise, they'd break their back every time they did the high jump.
Right.
Then when they invented the mat, this guy's like, I don't have to land on my feet anymore. I can land on my back
Could
and
you
get
imagine
like
the face
20
plant
more
from
feet
a
of
fucking
vertical or
high
whatever it
jump,
is.
like, and you just like eat shit
like,
on the high part?
It sucks
Like,
bad enough if I were to, from standing up, fall on my face. That's only like almost 6 feet. These people are jumping. They're like 6 foot tall already, and then they jump up another 4. Like, man, that would kill you.
So
what do you think is the greatest amount of time any human being has spent off the ground purely because of a jump? Like landing on the same surface from which they jumped. So like jumping off a cliff doesn't count.
6, 7.
Cool. You got a measurement
Just
there? 'Cause
6,
without a
7?
measurement, your homework's worth
You need
zero.
anything
else?
else for these word problems?
Maybe 8.
I
right,
believe that's
maybe
from
8.
The Office.
I'm gonna say 0.8.
5 out of
Yes.
7.
I'm gonna say 8 deciseconds.
That's
Well,
I
for all you
don't.
nerds out there.
Those you just said words that I don't. Those words are too smart for
Wow,
Kenway.
Man, welcome to my world.
Metric?
Mike failed science class. A fucking deciseconds, a tenth of a second.
Great. Isn't that
Deci as in
math?
10 as in decimal.
Would that be math class? I don't understand. I'm
It's
very
science.
confused. Why are we talking about class? I don't want to be in school ever again. I
You
didn't
want to be
like
on a
school.
podcast? Hey, what's up? I'm Jacob. This is the Hardly Serious
Whoa.
podcast.
We did that already.
Yeah, Mike already did.
No, we did
What?
not.
Mike did it. We did it. Yep.
Hi, I'm Jacob.
100%. You just missed it.
I
Glossed
did-
right over it.
I mean, he did it as a joke during my rant about.
See,
Mike's
that's called being a
war
professional and
against intros.
sliding it in. You just get
We
it
didn't
in there.
introduce
It
ourselves,
happens.
though.
We just slide
It
in.
happens.
If this is somebody's first
Very
episode of the
smoothly.
podcast, they're like, Who is that sexy man with the beard and his 3 friends?
Listen, if this is someone's first episode of the podcast, we done lost them way before the fucking pole vaulting conversation
They're
started.
gone.
I assumed
Let's
we were
be
going to
honest.
cut the pole vaulting conversation because it was so dumb.
No, it was great content.
Nah.
What are you talking about?
We set
even-
the bar.
We haven't
Hey,
even
you know what?
gotten to
We're
my
using that to
stellar
set the
opener.
bar.
Yeah, this is great.
Opening her.
Opening her.
I see
So
what
once
you
you
did
get to
there,
the
Caleb.
opening her.
Yeah, that conversation set the bar for where this podcast is going.
Boo.
Okay,
We're
taking it up.
All right.
back
So
up.
in the interest of doing the same thing on this podcast every single week for no absolute reason, I want to combine some sports inside of the Olympic Games.
Sports.
All right. Here's what I
My
want to
gosh.
see. All right.
Love sports.
Take the
Love
high
it.
jump. Right. You run
Love the high
and then you
jump.
twist and
Okay.
jump over the bar. Right. At the
Here's a
same
question, though.
time. Okay.
Is running necessary?
Yes, running will absolutely be necessary. At the
Okay.
same time, when they run and twist and jump, I want them to throw a shot put. So I want them to have to both clear the bar and also throw the shot put really far in the same motion.
I was gonna, Mike. I'm glad you brought this up.
I like that.
I assume this is your submission. We need to recreate the triathlon with 3 different events: running, swimming.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Lame. Mike has
Yeah,
brought up.
it's been
running,
done.
Pole vaulting and shot put.
Oh, so this would be like the new triathlon, but it's all one.
So Mike-
it's all one
Right,
motion.
Mike
it's
is
over in like
all the
20
same
seconds.
event.
I understand that, but in my mind, it's 3 events.
But they're all happening.
How
wait,
about
wait.
this?
Okay, hold on. So how then?
You know what? I have the exact same thing.
How then does
I have
somebody
4
run,
events.
swim, and bike underwater all at the same time?
No. See, that's
What?
the old triathlon when people had enough time to do 3 events separately, right? We
Yeah.
don't have
Oh,
time for
okay.
that.
People
It's
don't got time in 2020,
The events
Mike.
need to be over in
2020,
20
right.
Seconds.
Yeah, come on.
That's all our
If you
attention
can't,
span has,
if
right?
you can't fit it in a vine, then why do it? Exactly. I
What's the point?
understand.
If you can't fit in a TikTok, get the fuck out.
Exactly. So we need to each come up with our. It can't be the triathlon. It has to be.
Now I got 4.
propose-
I got 4 events.
The quad,
Ooh, the
the quadathlon.
tetrathlon.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a
You want me to go
yeah.
first? I'll set the bar.
Sure. I mean, Mike already went first,
Okay,
but you can go
sweet.
second.
So, speaking of setting the bar,
Yours first.
speaking of setting the bar, my event consists of 4 events. Okay.
Whoa.
It's a
established that
combination of starting with first the high jump, or not the high jump, but the pole vault. It's all jumping and it all has barriers. Okay. Actually, yeah, it's 4 events. It could be 5.
I'm glad you thought this out so well.
Yeah. Anyways,
Could be
okay, so
both.
4
Let's workshop
events.
this.
Starting at the highest bar, you're going with the pole vault. You got to get over the pole vault. You set the record there. But here's the thing: it's all one continuous race. So you start with the pole vault, and you got to sprint down there, and you got to do it as fast as you can. And once you land, you got to get up. Okay, you got to sprint off. Then you got to do the high jump. You got to jump over that bar. You got to set the next bar. Okay. Then you're going to do the high jump. You're going to roll off that mat. Then you're going to start sprinting. You're going to do some hurdles. You're hitting the next lowest bar. Okay.
it's just a lot
and
of
then you're
jumping
running,
over shit, is what I'm hearing.
and then, and then you're running.
Introduce
You have to do a
that.
lap.
It's all jumping based. Am I the only one with ears?
You have to do a lap, and then it ends, and that's it. So you got to go from the highest bar all the way down to the bottom.
That was 3 parts. What
makes
were
sense to
number
me.
4 and 5? You had pole
4.
vault, high jump, and hurdles.
on.
What was
No,
the other?
I was speaking over the 4th
The
one.
original 4th was 1 lap. So you're going all the way from like bars to no bars.
All right, Caleb. I like where your
What's
head.
the 5th?
I like where your head's at. Okay.
Yeah. And I have a 5th event. I have a bonus event that I forgot. In between the hurdles and the ending should be a steeple run chase, because I forgot that was a thing. You know what that is, right?
Of what? No.
They have to
You know-
run, and then they have to jump over a barrier, and there's like a giant pool behind it, and they have to jump into it. You guys have never seen
Right.
that?
I've not
Here's-
heard.
Yeah,
I've not heard
shit
of this,
on
but
all
this
the
segues
time.
perfectly into what I was about to suggest. Caleb, let's take your idea. Okay, so someone has to run at the beginning, right, and then pole vault over a bar, right? Except
Yeah.
they don't land on a pad; they land in a swimming pool. And after they clear the bar, they must
Ooh.
dive into the pool. So you're getting the high dive, right?
Okay.
When they land in the water, now they have to swim.
Swimming.
Yeah,
There
like
we
like
go.
a straight line into
There
a
we go.
race. And then
Okay.
it needs,
I'm feeling it.
We need more. Something else has to happen. Like they have to get out of the water and do something else. But that's as far as my creativity can take us.
No. See, we're thinking about this all wrong. While they're doing the pole vault, they got to get the hammer, like the ball with the chain with the big handle. They got to dive with the hammer. They got to swim with the hammer. As soon as they get out, fucking yeet the hammer.
That's not bad.
So it's a
kinda
weight
like
that
that.
makes it hard, and then they gotta force their way out and fucking yeet the hammer.
Yeet the
I mean, yeah.
hammer.
There we go.
Oh man.
I'm going to submit one for this. It's a little less goofy, but I find it much more entertaining. we're going to mix the hurdles and the high jump. So you're going to run around a track just like with hurdles, except every single hurdle will be like 7 feet in the air. And there's going to be a man after everyone.
Ooh, that's interesting.
You're going to mix it with the long jump as well.
Can they have to pick up a shot put and throw it on the last jump? Just get get them all right in the same thing?
Jake, I say just add in long jump in there as well, and they have to jump over those high bars, but they land in sand, Kind of stops their momentum. They got to kind of work their way out the sand.
I agree, but I think it would be too difficult to adjudicate.
Quicksand. Ooh, okay.
So after they land, they have to fight their way out.
I'm actually going to forget this. I'm going to combine mine with Mike's. It's a high jump, but after every high jump, you have to dive in. And it's a race of doing that. You have to high jump and dive like 10 times.
You just got to keep high jumping.
Whoever does that the fastest, they win.
My original idea was you'd pole vault onto a platform. So instead of just clearing the bar and falling on the mat, you pole vault and then just stay up there.
Okay.
Right? So that's step 1. Step 2, you then high jump, same thing. You just high jump onto a platform. Step 4, you dive off a diving board into the pool. So it's just jump, 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 and then all the way down.
That's the plot of Super Mario Sunshine.
So pretty much you pull 15 feet up, you high jump another 7 feet up, your diving board gets you like another 3 feet of air, and then you go all the way down into the pool. That was my original idea, and then Mike stole it. But I'm submitting that anyway.
It's fine. Submit it. We can do all of it. They're all different events.
Guys, there it is.
I think we just created a new TV show.
Hold on. I'm gonna
Wipeout.
add.
This is Wipeout, but it's a little bit different.
Olympic challenge.
It's like a 4th event.
It's like the old gauntlet or whatever.
As you're diving in, you gotta hit targets.
Right, you get points based on how many targets you hit and how fast you go.
Exactly.
All right. How do we, in the middle of all this, introduce a tree chopping down competition?
Who gives a shit? That was the question.
Okay,
here's fine, Mike.
Also, here's the thing. Olympics, full of things that people don't do in real life, right? Most people don't do in real life.
Yeah.
So what if we took the Olympics and started adding a more human element to them? Like once you get so you have to like race to this part, whatever you do, and once you get there, you have to chop down 16 trees. That's part of the race.
Why the fuck do you do that in real life?
Do you keep warm in the winter if you have a wood furnace?
Do you chop down trees, Mike?
No, I have a gas furnace, but people have wood furnaces.
People do have wood. Yeah, they have wood burning furnaces.
It's not a lie.
Pretty sure it is.
I had a wood burning furnace as a kid.
My parents have one. I used to have to help my dad with that every winter.
Same here. I go down to the basement and shove shit into the fucking furnace.
Oh my god! The first year, one of my dad's friends got a wood splitter, and the year that happened, our lives were so great. No, like we literally would just axe and chop fucking wood. Shit sucked. Wood splitter, you put the log up there, it just does the job for you. Smooth as butter. Beautiful.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Billy boys, we know what's up.
I may be a city boy, but I grew up in the goddamn country and I hate it. I hated it. This is the worst.
All right, listen up. I'm Jacob, co-host of this here podcast, and Kenway says that I have to do the mid-roll for this week, but he told me that I have to do it without cursing. It says right here on my bonus check, no cursing. So let's get through this fast before I slip up. First off, thanks for sitting through this flippin' train wreck every week. It means a whole HG double hockey sticks of a lot to us that you like our particular brand of online content, and making this show wouldn't mean jack dookie if there was nobody to watch it, so thanks for being here. Second, I need to ask you for your gosh darn support. Something as simple as leaving a review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts or whatever the fudge it's called goes a long way. Or you can own a piece of our very souls if you donate to our Patreon or our OnlyFans accounts. The only account on OnlyFans with hard in the name that doesn't have any rated R content. Third, if you have any ideas for future topics, segments, or talking points for us, feel free to contact us at the email address heartedlyserious@everydaypodcasts.co. Or if you're the Twitter type, use the hashtag heartedlyserious. Goodness knows that my dumbest spit co-hosts are going to run dry on material any day now, so the sooner you can relieve my aching shoulders from carrying this podcast, the sooner I can get this cash cow a-mooing again. And that's all the bullet points that I had to hit for this mid-roll, so keep watching this week's episode, and I'm sorry that it does not get any better.
It's like if every time Mike didn't want an introduction, Logan goes, introduction. Man, that was funny. Got him. Got him.
Oh, Jesus.
Pretty savage.
That's what it's like. Every single day of my life.
Every single day.
I'm just going to go back to watching football. Everyone else come out of the mid-roll whenever you're ready.
I wish that we could do this every day. My life would be more fun.
Me too.
Like you
I'd
said,
be
you had
happy
two
if
things
we
to
could
talk
do it
about.
every week.
Yeah, that's
Thing I kind of know.
fucking same.
Boom.
Well, part of the
Roasted.
problem was for a second there, we were like 6 weeks ahead, and all the content that was coming out,
dangerous.
we were talking about stuff that happened in the moment, and then 6 weeks later, it was so not correct or relevant anymore. So part of it was we definitely needed to catch back up a little bit.
Like Kanye. Can we just talk about how Kanye only raised $2,000 last
No
month?
shit.
God.
Maybe Kanye's not fit to be president.
Wow.
Like,
oh
what the
my
fuck?
god. Fucking this whole Kanye thing. I don't
The whole president thing. Can it just be over?
Yeah, please. Good
Like,
God.
for fuck's sake. Is it November 3rd yet?
Yeah, I'm ready for it to be over.
Jesus Christ. Well, I have an update for us from last
Okay.
week's podcast.
Ooh.
Or I guess by the
What did
time
we
this
do
comes
last
out,
week,
it'll
Mike?
have been 2 weeks ago. But
What was
point
it?
is,
Can you refresh me?
from a previous episode, we talked about the jalapeno noir, right?
Correct?
Oh,
That was episode
yes.
11.
Oh, fuck. I'd forgotten about that.
Have you had
And I
it?
wish I had forgotten about it now.
So
Did you have it?
no, I didn't have it.
No?
Oh.
I don't have a Taco Bell cantina anywhere even remotely close.
I thought
to
you
me.
went to Chicago
You-
a couple weeks ago.
You
My
also
bad.
don't drink.
That's also true.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like,
Not until Extra Life, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Boom. He's doing
We'll
it,
see.
guys. Be there.
We'll see. So headline. Taco Bell's house wine jalapeno noir sold out in minutes.
no shit,
Doesn't
because people are
surprise me in the
dumb.
least.
As it should. I would love to get it.
Of course it did, because people are fucking... It's like the
it's
McDonald's
2020.
Szechuan sauce thing.
No one
Yeah,
does
it's the
anything
same
to do.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Szechuan sauce was like a part of a huge internet joke from a really popular TV show. But jalapeno
Taco Bell
noir
is
was
a
just,
fucking joke.
They just pulled it out of their ass.
Mike, do you think that Rick and Morty was more popular than Taco Bell? You're a lunatic.
Then dumb shit happening out of Taco Bell every day.
It's true.
So here's the thing that I have a problem with Taco Bell. Part of it is it's unhealthy and I don't like to eat it. The other part, they have like 5 ingredients, and Taco Bell's only gimmick is how can we combine some of these ingredients in a new way that we haven't done before?
You know,
And people go nuts about it.
and the worst
Like
part
me.
too is
And I
that
work there.
in the year of 2020, they have taken their already relatively small ingredients list and cut it in an eighth of what it was. Like they just got rid of 80% or some shit of all of the ingredients they had and went, we're just not going to use any of these anymore. We're down to like our core 6 or 7. Just figure it out. It's fine.
Right.
And then they put out this new item called the Stacker or whatever. That's literally just a quesadilla flipped over in half.
It's like a
It's
triple
multiple
quesadilla.
quesadillas.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just close.
It's like a triple-decker quesadilla. Like, it doesn't take a fucking
No.
rocket scientist
Yes.
to make one of them.
and
correct.
without
It's like-
without
yeah.
all of the stuff that they put in a quesadilla, so it's just bland as fuck.
It's like cheese
Whoa.
and like
Whoa, at Taco
half a
Bell?
teaspoon of your protein of choice.
I love Taco Bell.
That's all Taco Bell is.
I mean, look,
have not eaten
Taco Bell
in
is
so long.
delicious. I'm with you, but at the same
I
time,
absolutely love Taco Bell.
whenever I'm
I
like,
make tacos that make Taco Bell look like nothing.
I'm not saying Taco Bell has the best tacos. I'm just saying there's a
not saying
mood.
that either.
There's a mood that you wake up in, and you're like, you know what? I want some greasy, disgusting fucking tacos, and Taco
Yep.
Bell
Not even
has
once.
them for $1. It's great.
They don't though, because what Taco Bell has is tortilla, hard or soft,
Hard,
whichever,
always.
or both sometimes. Like if it's a chalupa.
hard.
Mike-
Yeah, gotta go
Mike,
hard taco.
Thank you. Hard shell, better than soft shell. Anyway,
Hard shell doesn't
they-
get enough
they
love,
like-
but I believe that that the best one is the combination where you have the soft shell outside of the hard shell.
Oh, and then the
Too much
nacho
tortilla.
cheese. Yeah.
Whatever else you put into that combination to make it work. But when you have a hard shell taco and you wrap that shit in a tortilla or a pita shell of some sort, mwah, fucking delicious.
I'll agree with
A
that.
pita shell?
The best
Are
is
you
the
a-
cheesy gordita crunch.
thick.
You put the gordita
Yeah.
shell on the outside.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck,
Good
it's so
shit.
good. And the sauce is so good.
So-
oh.
My point is,
Absolutely.
they don't put anything in it. The one time I went to
The cheesy
Taco
gordita?
Bell, it's well, no, like the regular tacos. I understand the special stuff, like they actually put protein in it, but anything else, it's like a thimble full of meat, and then it's stacked with lettuce, like 15 inches high. And they're like, "Here you go."
Yeah,
It's
I'm
not
okay
food.
with that. With Taco Bell, I'm okay with it.
though. I'm not.
Go to Chipotle.
I cook like half a pound of ground beef, and it makes like
Those are like $1, Logan. They're like $1.
You know what though? You know what I want to say in Taco Bell's defense, and this isn't scratch it. Less about in Taco Bell's defense, but more as a consumer. One of the best things that ever happened to Taco Bell was they added when you go in, they have the big touch screen, so you can like make your own order now.
Oh yeah.
And it has unlocked and showed you all the possibilities for shit that you can add to the tacos that you order. So you're like, I'm going to get this cheesy gordita crunch, but here's the other 20 things that you can add to it. And I'm like, I'll take some of this and some of this and some of this.
But with steak, I'm going to put
then
steak in it.
They give you this like overloaded taco full of shit because you asked for so many extra things, and it's wonderful.
Do you have to pay for all that extra add-ons?
Probably. I don't know. It makes me happy. That's all.
Mike
That's
walks out with a $30 taco from Taco Bell.
For approximately 6 hours, it makes me very happy with my decision.
You need to look at that receipt because you think a taco's like, I'll buy a taco for like $1. Add all this shit to it. There's no way. There's no way adding all of that shit to a Taco Bell taco.
All I'm saying is you can
like
go to
$5
Taco Bell and
for a
get a shitty taco for $1. I didn't say that everything there costs $1. I'm just saying
that's the entire
sometimes you
appeal of
wake
Taco
up
Bell
and
is
you
it's
want some cheap, shitty tacos. So you go,
you go to McDonald's and you fuck a taco. I mean,
they don't have tacos at McDonald's.
You go to McDonald's, you go to Taco Bell, you look at it, you say, thank God I'm not going to Taco Bell, and you go home and eat McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh, McDonald's, man. I haven't ate dinner yet. I think I'm going to go to McDonald's.
Talk about
Taco Bell.
Talk about gross.
Dude, fucking McDonald's.
fast
I have
food.
gone.
That is
I'm not. I'm no
true.
joke.
McDonald's
No joke,
and Taco
I've
Bell
gone to
are on the
McDonald's.
same echelon of food. They are both cheap and disgusting, shitty ass, greasy food.
I would put Taco Bell at least one level down, because at least at McDonald's, if you go to get a burger, there's a fucking burger there.
I will say,
if I was to go home and make a burger, it would visually somewhat resemble like a Big Mac or a fucking quarter pounder or whatever.
I will say, if you
I
get
make
the
a
quarter
taco at
pounder,
home,
if you get the quarter pounder, yes. But if you get like, what do they call it? The reg meat, like the double cheeseburger or like the small one, that shit is just, I don't even know what the fuck you call it. But it ain't meat.
Burger.
It ain't meat.
It's a
that's
burger
for sure.
patty. I can see where it is. They don't even pretend at Taco Bell.
Yeah, no, Jake, here's your problem, is you're focusing on, like, the substantial McDonald's items, but the lowest rung Taco Bell item. That's your problem. You can get things at Taco Bell that resemble tacos. They're just, like, $5 each.
But
That's your
Yeah,
problem.
you can get good tacos. You have to
So
just
what's
pay
like-
for them. Like
so
you would
Caleb-
for a good taco.
So Caleb,
Correct.
if you wake up, because I don't go to Taco Bell, so I may not have a
Oh, I do.
like,
I do this all
a
the
correct
time.
horse in this
Hit me
race.
with it.
If you go to Taco Bell and you're like, I don't give a fuck, I'll just go to Taco Bell and get blank. What do you get? And Mike and Logan, if you want.
Ooh, there's a lot of things I can get. Honestly,
Easy. Cheesy gordita crunch. Every time.
yeah, and cheesy gordita crunch is definitely on my list. I usually just get the box, whatever the promo box is, because you get like a drink.
But the boxes
you
have been
get,
so
like,
shitty recently. Like the box
no,
used
the
to be where
double
it was
XL
at.
Bel Grande.
That was okay. But like the box,
Fucking amazing.
the box was for a long time, was for so many years. Like if there was a box, that was what you fucking got. Because it was always something
Nacho
like
Party
really
Pack.
cool and different and tasty in there. But now it's like, hey, here's this quesadilla that we wrapped up in two and took half the ingredients out of, and it's a box for $5. It's like, I wouldn't pay $1 for this. And you're trying to charge me
I
$5 for
totally
it.
would.
This is dumb.
I would. But yeah, I get the box. I get the box a lot. And if I don't get the box, then I get either a steak quesadilla with double steak, or I get cheesy gordita crunch,
Cheesy gordita crunch. Is
or
where
I
it's
get
at.
chicken
That's it.
burritos. Just the chicken burritos. Good stuff.
don't exist
And if
anymore.
you really
They're
want to
gone.
supreme the chicken burritos, you have them put in the
They don't have
the three
chicken
cheese.
anymore. It's gone. It's one of the many ingredients they have deleted in the last like 3 months.
No,
Yeah, Taco Bell. No
yeah,
more
I don't
chicken.
think they have chicken.
It's
you're
gone.
kidding, right?
No, that's one of the
I don't think
ingredients they
he's kidding.
deleted from existence. It's fucking dumb.
Existence.
Potatoes, chicken, all gone.
Also,
Your
I've looked up pictures
Wow.
of the cheesy gordita crunch because I didn't know what it
so
looked like.
Oh,
good.
it's so good.
Number one, it took me like 30 pictures to find one which was clearly not like from Taco Bell. It's like a promotional here you go thing.
Okay.
And it's like, it's a fucking lettuce taco.
Oh, it is not
It's
a
like,
lettuce taco.
there's
That's
a
not
smear
true.
of cheese. There's a
There's a
fuck
lot
lot
of
of
cheese.
lettuce.
You just found a bad picture. There's usually a lot of fucking cheese.
Yeah.
Because there's...
I mean, there is in the ones that are clearly from Taco Bell, it's like stacked with meat and cheese.
Is like the gordita shell, and then a layer of like 3 different kinds of cheese, and then the hard shell, more cheese, and then the meat and whatever else the spicy ranch, whatever else they put in there.
10 pounds.
It's like a jalapeno sauce, or not the jalapeno. It's the
I think it's spicy ranch.
It is.
Either way, it's delicious.
Yeah, it's like spicy ranch. Yeah.
That's all that matters.
I'm not saying it's not delicious, but I'm looking at this, and then I look at McDonald's, and I'm like, I feel like McDonald's and Taco Bell have both lied to me, but at least at McDonald's, I could be like, if I went home and made a burger and hated myself, maybe it would look like that. I've never seen anything on Taco Bell and seen, if I made a taco at home and I hated myself, but still made the taco, it would still look so much better than anything at Taco Bell.
It's fucking funny. But yeah, that was it. I just the fucking jalapeno noir sold out in minutes. I thought that was incredible.
I really want to try it. I would try it.
People are fucking stupid. In the same way, Rick and Morty mentions the Szechuan sauce once, and they're like, "Holy shit, we're gonna lose our fucking minds because it's Szechuan sauce." And then people get it, and they're like, "This is sweet and sour sauce."
The fucking people who would go and just make those retail workers hate their fucking life because they were being assholes for no reason.
That was awful.
Just made me hate society.
Don't be that person.
So awful.
If you're the person who likes Rick and Morty enough to wait 3 hours in line at a McDonald's to get the sauce, you can do that. I'm not.
And then scream about it when they fucking.
Yeah, but you have to be nice and polite and act like you're out in public.
Yeah.
You have to not yell at the people. You have to not jump on the counter going, I'm Pickle Rick, give me the Szechuan sauce. You can't do that.
Yeah,
no, I mean, obviously they can because they did.
Like Jacob look bad. I mean, sure, you can.
Nobody wants that.
They clearly did.
You shouldn't.
It's a real low bar. That's at 3.1 meters max.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. You could break that. You listening at home.
Dead stop.
But you're not stupid though. You're listening to the podcast. You're not stupid.
Yeah,
even if you went out and bitched at McDonald's employees for Szechuan sauce, you're definitely
you've
not
redeemed
stupid.
Yourself by listening to this podcast for sure. Absolutely, it was a good decision.
Only if you subscribe to the OnlyFans and the
definitely.
Patreon. You have to do both.
I would say especially if you subscribe to everyone else. If you don't monetarily support us, but you listen to the podcast, hey, that's pretty cool. But Big Dick 69 bought out stake in the company. That's
that's not bad.
No. We roll out the red carpet.
I'm waiting for someone to bring up the fucking goddamn segment that they have for the back half of the show so we can keep this
I didn't want to hard introduce it, Mike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was waiting for a natural jumping off point.
There's been a pretty clear section of places for it to happen in here. If someone could just go ahead and do that.
How are we gonna transfer from talking about Big Dick 69 to about how Caleb has a list of sports names of sports topics and sports vocabulary, and then make Mike guess about them? How are we going to find a transition?
Segues are weird. So Caleb has a game. Done.
Yeah, I do have a game.
I
real fucking hard.
Mike, are you an idiot? Me explaining the game. That was the intro. You're an idiot. You're fucking stupid. Why are you enjoying this?
I have with Mike. He's so adamant.
I explained it verbatim, and you're like.
Actually,
Jake,
to be fair, you said, "How am I supposed to do this?" So I answered.
Jake,
it was great.
You said. Exactly. You did everything. You checked all the boxes that Mike Kenway demanded.
I went immediately from explaining the game.
Jacob,
Mike was
Jacob, you did fucking great. Caleb now has to pick it up and say something.
The problem is, Jake did great, and then Mike threw a wrench into the podcast, and he's like, why is there a wrench in this podcast now? God damn it.
It's like the fucking meme of the guy putting a stick in the smoke of his bike and bailing out. It's Mike. I'm gonna Photoshop that.
Never seen that one.
Okay, anyways, Mike, hey, speaking of sports stuff, because we started the episode off with sports stuff.
We already did that, Caleb!
I think we should end it with sports stuff. So here we go. Let's do it.
Mike, see, that one I understand.
Caleb a slowpoke?
Is
Caleb living in the past?
Well, okay, that was a joke.
Why am I freaking out about this if no one listens to me? It's like the Vietnam War when the absence of cursing was so unexpected it became official.
Jake, I hear you. Everything you've said this podcast, I've heard you. It's like we're on the same wavelength, and the other two of them are just out there doing their own thing.
No, don't let me in with that. My last one was a direct response to what Jacob said. All right, we were all in on that. Fucking.
I was in on that one. That was on me.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Do
That was a
Caleb?
joke.
Let's go.
That's a joke.
Let's go, Caleb. You did the thing. Let's go.
All right. Anyways, Mike, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you the first word, and the first word is dink and dunk.
I have no fucking clue.
Well, tell me what a dink and a dunk is.
Perhaps if you
All right,
improv something, there could be comedy in it.
Let's see here. A dink
Yeah,
and
it's almost
dunk.
like we have a comedy show. You
Dink
know?
and dunk is where, so you're playing basketball, right?
Okay.
And it's
This is all about
typically-
football,
You'll
but sure.
see this in a lot of like 80s or 90s comedy movies, right? Where
Okay.
the bully will be like bouncing the basketball and he'll pitch it forward and bounce it off the dude, like the nerds in front of him head, and grab the ball and he'll run by him and just dunk it.
It's like the Harlem Globetrotters.
So it's
like football
the
players
dink,
of Harlem
and then he
Globetrotters.
runs around and dunks it. The dink and the dunk. That's it.
Nice. Well, I hate to say it, Mike, but that's
nailed it.
not what the dink and the dunk is.
It wasn't before, but it is now.
It should be.
Yeah, a dink and a dunk is a short passing game. Passes that can frustrate a defense as they are usually less than 5 yards. But a
Yeah, mine's way
succession
better
of
than
short
that.
passes leads to a first down. So you're doing little tiny short downs.
Perhaps if you throw it into the face of the defense and then catch it only 5 yards downfield. There we
Yeah.
go.
There we go. All right, I'll take it.
And then you dunk on the haters because you threw it in
Yeah.
their face.
I've seen it happen
I don't
before.
think you got that one right. I'm just saying.
In my heart, I got it
I saw
right.
Von Miller do it at least once.
But I really do like where you're going with it. I think I'll give you a half point.
I'll take it.
Wait, dude,
That
we're not
seems
even
fair.
doing points. You know what, Mike? We're not even doing points
it's only
because you're
Mike
the winner
against
today.
Nobody.
Oh, it's just
Hey,
me.
Mike is taking first place. out of
It's just
one.
Mike.
Mike, it's
All
we
right.
came into this
I
with a
can't
vendetta
lose.
against Mike, and
I
we're
can't
carrying it out now.
lose.
Guys, if you didn't know, we're taking all of our frustration out on Mike right now. Okay, here we go. Next word.
Let's go. I'll take it.
I don't know what we had to cut, but it was probably a lot.
Encroachment.
Oh, that's I know this
Encroachment.
one actually for real. It's where
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's the center is gonna snap the ball, but before he does that, someone on the defensive line like moves forward over the line and touches somebody across from them, and they're like, "Hey, you can't do that." The ball
Wait,
hasn't,
sexually or
the ball
non-sexually?
hasn't been either way. They do if they touches them under the pants or under the belt, they do call that sexual encroachment, of course. But
Right. One of
Yeah.
them's a 15-yard
like a-
penalty. The other's a
there's-
15-year indictment.
yeah, exactly. It's like a subheader, right? Like
How
there's
did that not
encroachment.
land? That's the best joke I've made all day.
Or
I agree.
get
Or it's a
nothing from
15-year
it.
anniversary.
Didn't get nothing from it. I expected everyone to be
15-year
rolling on the
commitment.
floor with laughter from that joke. Didn't get nothing.
Hold on,
Swing
Alexa,
and a
turn on
miss.
video light.
Please
I don't know what happened.
say please,
Okay, thanks, babe.
Alexa. There we go.
Well, Mike, I gotta say that's actually pretty impressive because you got it right.
Yeah, I knew one.
100% right.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed. That's pretty good. You know, that one you might have known, but you might also know this one. So here's the next word. It's flea flicker.
I know this one too.
Flea flicker.
I
Okay,
think
Mike,
I know this
hit me
one.
with the flick me with your fleas. Come on, let's go. Give it to me.
So this is the one. So the quarterback, right? He gets the ball
Quarterback.
in his hands, and everyone's trying to
Okay.
tackle
Yeah.
him, right? And then he not throws because it's backward. Pitches, right? Pitches the ball
Okay, yeah.
to the
Pitches
running
sometimes.
back, who then then throws the ball to somebody downfield, like a receiver, right?
So close.
That is largely correct.
Yes. Pretty close.
Largely
Nope.
correct.
You missed
Yeah.
one
I'll
important
give it
step
to
in
him
there.
because he has the general concept down.
Sure.
What did I miss? I'm actually really
So
interested.
with a real flea flicker, you got the quarterback pitch to the running back right, but then typically the
running back throws
pitches
it back to the quarterback, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
and then the quarterback throws it. Yeah, you were close enough though.
But close.
So-
I would give it to
so
you
Mike,
because it's pretty
Bonus
close.
points.
Sure.
The thing that you just described, where someone other than the quarterback throws it downfield. What is the name of that play?
It's called
too
mosquito
long.
flicker.
It's the flea stomper.
Flea stomper.
We got the flea
That's not
flicker.
true.
Sorry, if a fullback throws it, it's the flea stomper. If fuck, I don't know where I'm going with this.
What?
That's why you have to try to vamp it on football.
Okay.
I'm doing so
our
well.
next word here. Our next word here is the slobber knocker. Mike, what
wait.
is the slobber knocker?
I mean, it depends on whether or not WWE counts as a sport in this game.
Go for it. There are no wrong
Sure.
answers except the ones you give.
Well, I mean, in the world of professional wrestling, it's just when a match goes a really long time and then the people like legitimately beat the hell out of each other the whole time, and then JR will at the top of his lungs be like, "It's been a real slobber knocker of a match," which happens like every week. In sports, I would guess that it's just somebody getting fucking creamed beyond belief.
I'm going to give that one to you because it's a hard hit by a defender, and when a player is hit so hard that the slobber is knocked out of their mouth.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do I have to quote slobber?
Right.
Yeah, I would close slobber because Mike was talking about a bunch of stuff coming out of the mouth, but it wasn't slobber. It was like vomit or
semen.
like that. So,
okay,
Mike. Anyways,
back to the sexual encroachment.
you knew the slobber knocker, but do you know what the pooch kick is?
Oh,
What's a pooch?
Absolutely. So sometimes in football, right? Players and coaches are known to have like, you know, good luck charms or rituals that they'll go through.
Okay.
And sometimes the good luck charm is the coach's dog. He brings it to the game, right? And
I'm afraid of where this is going.
I don't like where this is going.
And sometimes the other player, namely the kicker, his ritual, his good luck charm he needs to do is to punt the coach's dog before he goes out to make the kick.
Oh my god!
I feel like you brought this to a bad place. I don't know. Can we show this on OnlyFans?
I don't know.
I'm not sure that's.
No, I'm gonna assume.
within their,
I'm gonna assume it's when someone gets kicked in the dick and or other private part. That's
the pooch kick.
That's my real name.
No, that's
my
the
real
cooch
guess?
kick.
My real name?
My real guess.
Cooch kick. That's the cooch kick.
My real name is when someone gets kicked in the dick.
Yeah.
Kenway. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
No, Mike, that's actually not correct. I hate to say
I feel like
it,
both
but-
of those answers were very correct. I mean, look,
right, there.
I didn't say I kicked
Any
off.
animal?
I'm just saying, you know, some people are
Anyways,
weird
Mike,
like that.
a pooch kick is an intentional short punt, not to be confused with the every week work of Ken Walter. Punters with a pooch.
Is that
who will
person
pooch their
just a
kick.
bad
What?
punter? Was that the joke?
Yeah, he's pretty shit. Anyways, the punter will pooch the kick when the offense is too far to attempt a field goal, but too close
Can I
to where
ask
you
a
can do a
question?
normal full kick. So it's similar to like a coffin corner punt, but the ball will remain
You didn't know that
inbounds and
either.
either be covered by the kicking team or received by a fair catch
Mike, what's the
from the
question?
returning team.
Why did
talk
people?
over it.
Why did teams punt so much? Why don't they just go for it?
Because
I feel like going
positioning
for
on
it
the
on fourth
field.
down is incredibly underrated.
Because there's a bunch of bitches, is why.
That's what I'm
You would
saying.
like the NFL in like the most recent 3 years because analytics has really taken off and people are like, oh, what? We're backed up to our own 30-yard line and it's 4th and 5? Yeah, we'll go for it because the analytics say we should.
Because the analytics say we should. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Fucking
Like,
It
on
sounds
average.
dumb, but that's
like,
what
look,
it is.
either way, you're giving the other team the ball, right? And if you don't believe in your
True.
defense to stop them, then you should just give them the points.
You know what I think?
That's all I'm saying.
I think there should be like 1 week of games, like in the
Okay.
preseason games, nobody can punt.
Nobody-
I
yeah,
want to see
that's
a
funny.
football
The
game.
punter
where
is not
it's just
allowed to come to
allowed.
the game. He has to
Rules
be
lawyer,
he has to be
bring it
handcuffed
on.
and
It's a
arrested outside of the
mid-show.
stadium
It's a mid-show
and
show.
held in the back of a police van for the entire game.
Not only that,
Oh,
if
I
the
disagree.
football makes contact with anybody's foot, they also get arrested.
Yeah, on the spot.
I
They will
think
stop the
they
play
get double what the
immediately.
punter gets.
Yes, absolutely.
I like part of Kenway's idea. I think we should handcuff the punter inside the stadium so we could be like, see this? We don't need you for this. This is the actual game.
We need to put
You're
like a
the
Clockwork
unnecessary
Orange
part
wig on
here.
them where it's like, this is better
right.
football. This is what it should look like. Ah, fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel
Punters
like
are really
our
good at doing
audience
the
would be 90% punters.
You know what I don't understand? Everyone's always so mad. They're like, man, this quarterback has had 3 turnovers today. But the punters have so many turnovers every game. It's all they fucking
Every
do.
time.
It's a 100% chance of a turnover when the punter comes out. It's ridiculous.
Not 100%.
Yeah.
There's a fake
One
punt.
Not all the
Hundo.
time. There was a fake punt earlier today in the
When
game
was the
I was
last time
watching
you
it.
saw a fake punt successfully go
Fucking
through?
earlier
The
today,
Raiders
Saints
against the
go-
Tampa Bay
I don't
Buccaneers
believe
this
it.
afternoon.
It was the Raiders.
I
that's
don't
right.
believe it.
And
I
they
don't-
made it.
I don't care
give
if
a
you
fuck if
believe
you
it. I
believe
saw
it.
it.
You asked if it was true, and we're telling you it's true. We both saw it.
Did they score on that drive?
They did.
I think they got a.
They did?
I think they got a field goal.
Damn it.
That's a
Damn
score.
it. No, that counts.
I mean,
that
they
definitely
just
counts.
formed
He
another
sounds so
kicker.
I was
deflated.
hoping you were going to say no. That I was going to say turnover.
Well, anyways,
saying
Mike,
whatever
it's kind of
results in
funny that you
turnover
just did
later.
that big hand clap because our next word is actually alligator arms.
Caleb, I would like to say that was a great segue.
It's when
Thank you.
I'd like to ruin that segue because I'm Mike Kenway.
so
What is it, Mike? What's the alligator arms? Did we stump him, guys?
you might have
Is
actually
he
stumped me.
Put him
did
on
his
the
camera
spot.
freeze?
Let's go, Mike. Come on, bring the funny.
I'm not good at funny. All right, so boxing, right?
Okay, boxing.
That's all.
Sure.
That's all I've got.
Talking about football, but boxing, yes.
Cool. So it's hockey.
Cool.
So hockey, right? So Taco Bell.
Wait, what? Boxing, hockey,
vaulting.
Taco Bell.
All right.
What?
So it's in boxing, right?
Okay.
Where
Definitely.
one of the
Yeah.
two people is from New Orleans, and they've eaten far too much alligator that day, and they're really sleepy, so their arms aren't working as well as they normally do. And they say they've got
Okay.
alligator arms because they're just like they're throwing them, but they don't have any force or accuracy, and they just get knocked out. That's what I got.
Man,
You have never sounded more like Jeff Laser Ramsey in your entire life.
I'll be honest. I didn't expect Mike to get that one right, and he really surprised me.
Yeah, it's crazy that he got that, you know? That is for
the
sure
New
a
Orleans
first
barbecue,
football
you know,
term.
it just gets the best of us.
The Gator.
Well, Mike, actually, I don't think you were correct.
That doesn't shock me on that one.
Yeah. No, alligator arms is actually when a receiver who doesn't fully extend his arms out to catch the ball because he was afraid that he would be hit hard immediately upon touching the
Wow,
ball.
what a bitch.
Yeah, I know. A little bitch.
I know.
The receiver's
See, also
protecting himself
fucking
from being
quitters.
hit, and then he doesn't catch it. So.
And people whose contracts don't get renewed.
See also non-double amputees.
We need. I don't think we've picked our battles right because we've angered every football player on the planet now. Kickers and non-kickers. Those are the people who we've.
Do you think I know? Do you think I
Listen.
know a football player? Look at me.
Here's
That's true. They're never
What
gonna
the fuck?
listen.
How the fuck are they
But
gonna
here's the
find me?
problem. After our genius renovations to football from episode 11, now they're going to flock to this podcast because they're like,
True.
these guys are seeing the game 20 years in the future. We're all living in the Stone Age. Should have known.
We're in 2044.
all I'm saying
I
was
gonna-
when I was in high school, the football coach had a saying, right? Which was that if you can touch the ball, you can catch the ball. And
That
if
is
you
not true.
and if you did
I
touch
don't
the
think so.
ball and didn't catch the ball, you had hills like there was no tomorrow. So those motherfuckers caught the ball every single time that it was close enough for them to touch it. It was surprisingly effective. And so to see pro players just fucking up like that all the time, it just makes my heart hurt. Because if a fucking 17-year-old can do it, then you fucking can. You're getting paid millions of
What?
dollars to do what he was doing for free.
I mean, we got to think like economically about this. By saying if you touch the ball, you better have caught it, it would just lead to guys intentionally avoiding the football if
Yeah.
they know they can touch it but won't catch it.
Look, I
Like,
didn't
hence
ask for
alligator
a
arms.
psychological evaluation of the game here. I'm just telling you what I've seen work.
I'm saying your coach, his
A
or her
huge
mentality.
dumb asshole for sure.
Sounds
I
like
mean, yeah, that would have led to. If I was playing for that, I'd be like, well, I'm not going to touch the ball because if I touch it and don't catch it, I'm fucked. I better just not touch
yeah,
it.
it'd be better just not touch it at all.
It
Yeah,
becomes a
probably
game
fair.
of avoid the football, which I've been playing my whole life. I'm the fucking 25-year reigning champion of don't touch the football.
Oh man.
Fucking pro level, don't touch the football player over here.
I could go pro. You don't fucking know me. In fact, I am going pro. And if you want to support me going pro, go to onlyfans.com/series.
Are there more? Is that it? Have you run out?
That's it. That's the end of it. You've hit the last one.
Well, what?
I'm pretty
He
impressed.
got about as many right as he got wrong.
What a coincidence!
Yeah,
I didn't
I'm
do
pretty
nearly as
impressed.
bad as I would have thought that I would have done there. That was all right.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Well, alas, as your game has come to an end, it seems as though this podcast probably should too, because we've been going
What?
for
Crazy.
a while.
No, just say we've been going for, and then like dub in whatever you dub in over that. Here we go. That's how we do it.
Well, that's always the funny part that I think about, like in post, is that there'll be moments where we'll be like, man, it's been 45 minutes and we haven't talked about anything. But if you look at the podcast app, it's like 20
25
minutes in.
minutes
Yeah.
Sounds like us.
You know, it's the power of editing, right? You only get the somewhat okay
Yeah.
shit and not the really dumb shit.
Unless you
Unless it's
sub
like-
to us on OnlyFans.
Well, thanks everybody for listening to this week's episode of Hardly Serious. That was something that just happened, absolutely. But I hope you enjoyed it. Check us out on podcast platforms. Leave us a review. Hit the like and subscribe and the bell or whatever. Social media stuff. Like us on TikTok. We're not actually there, but who knows?
Maybe one day. Maybe I'll make
you'll
a TikTok.
find us anyway. Do we have any words of wisdom?
Maybe there's an impersonator.
Do we have any words of
on
wisdom
TikTok.
for our lovely listeners whom we love so very much before we end the show?
I'm Jacob, that's Logan, that's Caleb, and that's Mike. For fuck's sake, I think we never did that.
You're probably correct. Also, let's come hang out with us for Extra Life on November 7th, 2020. We are doing a 24-hour live stream, and it's going to be a good time. # for the kids.
And it's in 2020, so if you're watching this after, do it anyway.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do it on November 7th every single year.
Not November 7th, but we definitely will continue to do it as long as this podcast exists.
No,
As
Mike,
long
we're
as
going to do it
Giorgio
on November
sponsors
7th
us.
at 7 o'clock every year.
It's 7.
Jesus Christ, good shit.
I won't interact with you because that breaks the flow of the podcast.
Yeah, fair.
End it there.